That day, while organizing her things, Kaguya came across a photo album filled with memories of her time with Miyuki and the rest of the student council at Shirogane Academy. One photo stood out. It showed Fujiwara completely bald. It turned out that around Kaguya's birthday, Fujiwara wanted to give her a surprise. Miyuki, however, doubted whether it would be a surprise or a shock. More importantly, hadn't Kaguya's birthday already passed? Miyuki had even given her a gift, an elegant necklace. Strangely, the first thing Kaguya did upon receiving it was to ask Yasuka for a ruler. After measuring the necklace and finding it was 24.8 cm long, she became ecstatic. It turned out that the Christmas gift she had prepared for Miyuki was a hand-made notebook expressing her wish to spend another year filled with moments together. The number 24.8, when plugged into a certain formula, yielded a result infinitely close to one, meaning the necklace was like a pendulum, symbolizing Miyuki's desire to spend every second with her. While Kaguya's extraordinary logic remained a mystery, Fujiwara was more focused on planning a surprise for Kaguya. Even though her birthday had passed, Fujiwara believed that if she celebrated it sincerely, Kaguya would surely return the favor on her own birthday. Knowing Fujiwara was acting partly out of self-interest but still wanting to help, Miyuki offered suggestions. Unexpectedly, Fujiwara came up with the idea of pretending to be in a relationship with Miyuki to shock Kaguya. Miyuki immediately refused. After all, he and Kaguya had just started dating and hadn't told anyone yet. Before he could explain, footsteps approached. Thinking it was Kaguya, Fujiwara pulled Miyuki into an act, only to find Ishigami at the door. When Fujiwara tried to test her performance on Ishigami, he saw right through it, bluntly criticizing the bald disguise and fake relationship as ideas even a YouTuber with under 1,000 subscribers would reject. He added that Miyuki choosing Fujiwara was unbelievable enough. His sharp critique left Fujiwara disheartened. She then proposed pretending to be in a relationship with Ishigami. But the idea felt more like a punishment game even to her. Just then, Miko entered the room. Fujiwara mysteriously asked if she knew who she was dating. When Miko said no, Fujiwara pushed Ishigami forward. Miko's face instantly darkened, telling Fujiwara not to speak to her for a while. In a way, Fujiwara's prank had succeeded. After learning it was just a joke, Miko sighed in relief. Finally, Kaguya arrived. Fujiwara asked if she knew who Miyuki's new girlfriend was. To everyone's shock, Kaguya linked arms with Miyuki and said, "Isn't it me?" Fujiwara was stunned, and Kaguya then held up a sign that read "Prank successful." She had guessed Fujiwara's plan the moment she walked in and decided to turn the tables. What Fujiwara and the others didn't know was that Kaguya was telling the truth. When Miyuki and Kaguya first started dating, they could only communicate through late-night messaging due to various constraints. One day, Kaguya asked if they could switch to a phone call. Miyuki immediately panicked. His sister and father were home. Braving the cold, he rushed outside to answer. Learning that Kaguya was curled up under her blankets while talking, Miyuki's hands trembled, unsure whether from nerves or the freezing temperature. Worried he might catch a cold, Kaguya suggested ending the call, but Miyuki insisted on continuing from under his own blankets. Though separated by distance, they felt as if they were lying side by side. They talked until Kaguya fell asleep. After whispering goodnight, Miyuki turned to find his sister kid beside him on worse. His father had overheard everything. On Kaguya's end, she hadn't actually been asleep. Hearing Miyuki call her by her first name for the first time, she was too excited to sleep all night. One day, Miyuki's father announced he planned to become a VTuber to support the family. Presenting a detailed plan, Miyuki and Kei strongly opposed if their classmates found out. Their school lives would be over. His father then compromised by becoming a regular YouTuber. Though Miyuki saw through his tactic, he could only wait for him to give up after hitting a wall. Surprisingly, the channel's subscribers grew exponentially. Kei discovered that whenever she appeared on screen, viewers showered the stream with gifts, and she soon earned a considerable amount. Though Miyuki feared his sister was heading down a dubious path, the steady stream of income kept him from stopping her. With the money from streaming, the Shirogane family paid off their debts and moved to a new apartment. One day, everyone left the student council room early, leaving Miyuki and Kaguya alone. Nervous at first, Kaguya quickly composed herself and invited Miyuki to walk home together. On the way, Kaguya mentioned that Hayasuka was being transferred, and her replacement will likely be a spy sent by her brothers. Seeing how burdened she was by family pressure, Miyuki invited her to his new home. To their surprise, his father wasn't home, and Kei texted to say she was staying out overnight. Realizing they would be alone, both grew tense. Breaking the silence, Miyuki asked if Kaguya wanted to stay over. Kaguya agreed. They shared a meal, watched a movie, and enjoyed a lovely evening until a notification sounded, indicating the bath was ready. Both knew what came next would be the real test. While Kaguya bathed, Miyuki called his father to confirm he wouldn't be returning. His father instantly understood, encouraging him to do his best. Though Miyuki denied any such intentions, he still tidied the room meticulously. When Kaguya emerged wearing his pajamas, Miyuki brushed his teeth with unusual intensity. Unbeknownst to Miyuki, Kaguya had also prepared for this moment. She had consulted Hayasuka and even bought protection, just in case. After both finished washing up, they sat on the bed. Miyuki tried to ease into conversation, but seeing Kaguya growing drowsy, he realized he had never considered whether she was ready. He stood up, offering to sleep in the living room so she could rest. Just as he thought the night would end there, Kaguya came to the living room and said she wanted to keep talking and asked to lie down beside him. Unable to refuse, they lay together on Miyuki's bed and shared a kiss. As Miyuki was about to go further, he felt Kaguya rumbling non-stop. He understood she wasn't fully ready and gently reassured her that there was no need to rush, especially since they had plenty of time. But Kaguya feared that once Miyuki went abroad, he might meet someone else. She wanted to deepen their bond before he left. Miyuki reassured her that distance wouldn't change their relationship and even joked that inexperience might make him less likely to stray. His words calmed her, and this time, Kaguya took the initiative, kissing him confidently. That night, they finally became one. The next day, Hayasuka was surprised to learn from Kaguya that they had been intimate. Listening to Kaguya share her feelings, even the usually composed Hayasuka couldn't help but blush. Yet, seeing Kaguya gradually become more like an ordinary girl and love filled Hayasuka with genuine happiness. Time flew by, and soon it was the day of Miyuki's departure. Kaguya stayed up late thinking about how they would say goodbye and overslept. Not seeing her at the airport disappointed Miyuki, but with boarding time approaching, he bade farewell to his friends and prepared to leave. Kaguya arrived just as his plane took off. Unwilling to accept this, she used her family's resources to catch up with him abroad for a proper good by proving that distance was no obstacle for them. Back in the present, the sound of the door opening interrupted Kaguya's reminiscing. The person who walked in was none other than Miyuki, now long since by her side. Looking at the photo album, they fondly recalled their student days. And so, their story comes to a temporary close. Today marks the first day of 2026. Happy New Year to all! Kaguya-sama, Love is War has finally been announced for a final season, and it's set to feature an all-new storyline different from the manga. Stay tuned to my channel for the latest updates on the new series.